Evening, folks. I've got a bit of time this evening. I think I'm going to spend a little bit more time in the Maxim-Engine project. I'm kind of pushing a bit for the weekend, and so I can maybe switch gears after another day or two of this. So, where we left off yesterday, I had... Oops, I was going to use a different browser. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. Here we go. On GitHub. Oh, goody, I get to cancel it again. I love sites that just continually try to spawn new windows. Okay. On the Maxim-Engine, and check out my project here. Last bit of code, we figured out rule priorities, and we did a 1.1 release of the engine. I went in and acknowledged a couple of things that as a won't fix in code climate. So the code climate reporting these days, I say these days, but let's say today, is looking a lot nicer. The primary reason is I took the supposed duplication in the tests and said that I wasn't going to fix those for code clarity reasons, and that cleared a couple of things off the plate. There's still some things it's complaining about. I think I might take a crack. I don't know. I worry a bit about it. I don't want to sacrifice clarity of the code. And this feels like a little bit of yak shaving, but I'm going to give it a shot, and let's take a look at it afterwards and see. Maybe it has a positive effect, maybe it doesn't. We'll see. So the complaints are primarily in the proxy builders. I'm not going to worry about the spec. It's not so prominent in the read-only proxy builder. This setup method does a lot of stuff. You know, it uses this get proxy handler with path that is set up in the superclass here, and so they don't trigger too much in code climate, I don't think. Code climate's mostly complaining about the write-through proxy builder. Yeah, mostly there we've got the situation where there are several things to set up, and none of them can really delegate back to the base class. So it does kind of bloat the constructor here. So let's see if I can do something about this. I mean, the thing about each of those three blocks of code is they're extremely similar. The difference is in this call. This one is using reflect set. This one is using reflect define property. This one is using reflect delete property. And these assignments are happening inside this lambda, which is then used later on down here. Oh, excuse me. All right, so how would I reduce these three code blocks to be symmetrical, to basically be the same block of code with some kind of a parameter? Like, one thing that I could do is I could say see. Let's let the, I don't know what to call this thing, kind of thing, to be a lambda that takes target, prop, and value, and calls reflect, set, target, prop, and value. You know, that pretty much encapsulates this, and then I could say you are the thing. So this is calling the function. So really, you're the thing, and so we need a better name for this. This is reflect set. I don't know. Now, that doesn't help here. Well, let's keep parameterizing these three blocks and see where we end up. That would mean here that I would have a reflect defined property, something that takes a target, a prop, a value, and does reflect, guess what? Defined property with the target and the prop and the value. Right? And now this becomes reflect defined property with the target, the prop, and the value. You know the drill down here. Let's let our reflect delete property that takes a target and a prop. Ooh. Not symmetrical. And that's going to call reflect delete property, the target, and the prop. And do that. Let's see how my tests are doing. Not sure what I did there. I hit a key that was not enter. Delete property called on a non-object. Delete property called on a non-object. Ain't that interesting? Oh, yeah, of course. That was awfully silly. I ought to hand it some parameters. So now, these three things still are not yet symmetrical. You know, these two are the same. This one is different. Now I feel funny about it. I don't know. Let's see where this goes next. So this assignment What if I pulled that into a method? Oh, how do I... What's the keyboard shortcut for extract method here? Yeah, apparently I've forgotten all my keyboard shortcuts. And that's not it. Huh. It doesn't like me doing this, huh? Well, let's do it manually then, if the IE won't help me. So this lambda needs to be returned by something. We could call it 3-argument lambda. I don't know. I'll come up with something better. Don't have to hand anything into that. I just have to return the lambda. Right? Now, this argument, reflect set, I can pass that lambda in. We'll call it the func, and call the func. Not sure how I feel about func, but sure. Sounds like a plan. I can do the same thing with this. Let me... Oops. That becomes this 3-argument lambda with reflect defined property. Like so. And then I've got this one, which just ain't quite right. I mean, I could pass in a dummy value. This could be interesting. What if value was had a default value of null? Now with value having a default value of null, no, hang on, what am I doing? Sure, I know how to code JavaScript. Let's just put you back, shall we? Target prop value, target prop, something, don't care what it is. So this is now a 3-argument lambda where I'm discarding the 3rd argument. And now I ought to be able to just use that 3-argument lambda. The lambda is only going to use two of the values. So this name of this function, it's a bit weird, obviously. 3-argument lambda, what is this thing? It's a what? It's a registration wrapper. Okay. Property registration wrapper. Feels a little better. And then these, I mean, I don't really need these variables anymore. What does it look like if I inline them? It's a bit of a long line. But not so terrible. I mean, if I was worried about line length, I could pop that down and wrap it a little bit. Is that readable for people? Maybe. How many tests? I don't know. Do we like this code better? I feel like I might. Pull you up a little. So I pulled all that out, created that new method. It sure is a lot shorter. Now, this probably doesn't need to be here, does it? What if I pull this up? Will it let me do this? Hey, pull members up. We're going to pull up the property registration wrapper. Stick that into proxy builder. The proxy builder now has this generic method. And is there a way to make use of it here? No, the getter will never use it. Yeah, it's a specialist in the write through. I'm not going to pull that. All right, how's our test? Looks pretty good. Let's commit this up. Refactoring constructor for clarity and brevity. Sounds like a plan. Oh, hang on, I didn't move my task over. All right. So once this pops up, what else was this complaining about? I got hey, those are tests. I'm not going to fix that. Wait a minute. I left these ones. I might have been going to fix that. I've been going to fix that. I speak good English too. Okay. What do I need to do here? I have... What was the test? Do proxy. Wait a minute. Engine spec. It's around a lot of this stuff, eh? It looks all the same, doesn't it? Reset rep, get reference to properties. Reset rep, get reference to properties. So I could turn this into a function. Anything else doing the same thing here? Doing it here in collaboration. I'm I'm doing it here. That's interesting. These two describes have the same block, or some of the same basic structure here. Why don't I say proxy behavior and let's see those variable names. They're all the way out there. I don't need them all the way out there. Like the only thing that I'm dealing with here is engine. And the things that I'm dealing with in here are these. And then let's nest these describes inside. Oh, hang on, not this one. Oh, no, yes, this one. So now inside here, I can bubble up these. Pull that common stuff up. What do we need? Dummy data. Oh, hang on. Missed a semicolon. We're defining dummy data read-only proxy, write-through proxy, and the engine. And then specializing in collaboration, I'm using this rule registration. And then specializing in prioritization, I'm using these rules. I don't know. Tests should all still go. 45 passing tests. Ooh, can't read property register of undefined. Engine.register, huh? That's interesting. The engine's being defined up here. And then newed up here. And then calling engine register in here. I would expect I have an engine at that point. Oh, wait a tick. A scoping issue here. Or maybe I don't. Constructing the engine here. Oh, hi Radari. Sorry I missed your message. I can't really turn on my audio to hear these things because I think I'd get feedback in the mic. But I hate missing them. I just can't concentrate on too many screens at once. should find a way to deal with that. I don't know how other streamers deal with that. I'm sure they have ways. Although a lot of folks wear headphones, and I don't like to. Somewhere it doesn't think engine is defined. Now, you're all referencing the same declaration. And so are you. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's going to mask the engine elsewhere. Don't want to do that. And clearly I'm not using these other two things. Oh boy, did I leave a mess here. And okay, so func 1, func 2. So let's call these something more useful. Test func 1. Test func 2. Oh, it didn't pick that up to rename them, huh? Oh yeah, kind of did. That is just fine. Is that passing? I'm losing track of something in there. Yeah, see, func 2 is not a function. Yeah, I shouldn't have renamed those. Let's trace that through a little bit more carefully. Might have been failing before I got to it. Yeah, it is. So w1 func 2 is not a function. I think I might have missed something in here. Yeah, didn't I have different dummy data definition? Well, let's back this up. What do we used to have in here? Yeah, that was our dummy data. So that's special between the two things. How do I use the dummy data in here? Oh boy. Yeah. I've made a real mess. The dummy data is what my stub is returning. Okay, so this is definitely not happy. Let me just put that back this way for a minute. I mean, I can overwrite them here in this second call. Gain that. But now, I still have these really similar looking assignments. Now, they're pretty parametric, right? So they both are the same except for the value of dummy data. So if I had a function that set that up, extract method, nah, I think it's button. Too complicated for poor little WebStorm. I was going to stick this up in the middle of nowhere for a second. This is going to be build engine. It takes some kind of dummy data, and it's going to basically do, I guess it'll return an engine. I could totally do that. It's an engine builder. It should return an engine. And then here when we use it, so how's that doing? Ow, broke that pretty good, huh? Can't be property reset of undefined. Wrap of undefined. I broke out all. Oh, these are assignments. I can't just return the one thing. I gotta reference them later on so that I can inspect those spies. That's just not gonna work. So these things okay, well, I can sidestep this a little bit, just temporarily, by stuffing this inside here. But after the declaration, gotta get myself back to a passing state, maybe. So it's horrible because I'm mixing techniques here. So I mean, this used to do this. Oops. Right. But it's all in context. What if oh, those are the same darn thing, are they? So hold on. This is the same structure repeated. So if this builds a proxy builder double, takes dummy data, and returns that, then I can assign it this way, right? And then this one can just build proxy builder double with dummy data, so I get 2 of these doubles. Now, does this work have to happen in there? I mean, I'm not sure. Now, what if I inlined this now? Can I inline this method? Will it let me? Yes, it will. Okay, so this looks interesting. I've pulled this out, and that's no longer doing anything weird. So if I stuffed that up at a higher scope, I should be running my tests more often. Okay, I'm still good. I've reduced the duplication in here a little bit. And really this is the same between these two things. 3 things out of there. I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely shaving now. How's my tests? I'm gonna cut this short. Realizing I adjusted my camera setup. I'm realizing that I'm unhappy with it. I'm going to just make a really quick adjustment here. This might look a little strange. Just going to slide that over. Stop hiding so much code. All right. Oops. Wow. That does not do. Oh, that's unfortunate. And now I've got my aspect ratio back. Oh, this looks, I'm sure, really weird on the screen. Okay, let's I will stop playing around. But you can see more of my screen now, so that's good. Okay, there's a lot of change in this commit, but it's not so bad. So I'm looking to clean up a little duplication in tests. Pop that up. I'm gonna stop there. I don't feel comfortable going further right now. I probably didn't improve the situation much, except in that first case. That would have been a little better. I don't know. We'll see what the second thing feels like over time. Sit with it for a while. Okay. Let's go back up to my overview. Oh wow, it bought me an A and knocked out my duplication? Really? No way. Okay, sure. I'm not as happy with it as it is, but that doesn't matter so much. Let's call this task happy. Move that over. The next thing that I had on the block was nameable rules. And I feel like that's a bit of a rabbit hole. That's gonna drag me in a little bit. I think it's gonna multiply. I have this one generational working memory. I kind of already did that. You know, now that I'm recursive and all of that, I think I got a twofer with rule priorities there. The instrumentation of it might be a little different, but we'll see. Nameable rules. It is 9:05. You know what I might do? I might call this an evening. It's been a short stream. It's only been 40 minutes. I spent a few moving my head around on the screen. But the refactoring I'm pretty pleased with. There is absolutely no functional change. I don't think I'm going to cut a release out of it. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Well, that's going to have a weird side effect, though. I have, because Code Client reports into the bugs that I have on the GitHub page, for example. You know, it's kind of telling everybody that the currently released version of it has these stats. It doesn't. I've never really thought about that with other open source projects. I don't know, maybe they have cleaner release practices than me. Would not doubt that. Well, okay, maybe not. I have no functional change, so I think I'm still good. The npm.js listing for it. That's about what it was. We've had a few downloads. That's unusual. Well, maybe people will give me a little feedback on it. I would love to see that. I don't like that I depend on Lodash. I'd like to ditch that one time at IJM. Lodash is one of those utility libraries, and using it is kind of a violation of the, I suppose, strictly interface segregation principle, or it's like it's got this huge footprint of all these functions, and I'm using one of them. I don't know. It feels like maybe a function I could code up myself and remove that additional dependency. I don't like when open source projects get a little out of control. Not that one dependency is out of control, but when you get out of control and you've got a lot of other things that you're pulling in, I think it limits your reliability, your quality just a little bit there. But I think I'm good. All right, I'm going to call this a stream. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm going to pick up on maybe a little bit more, get into the naming tomorrow. And then once I've got the naming in play, I feel like I'm into some really interesting other things. The debug visibility, the recognizing loops, nameable rules. Is this the same item? I mean, the only reason I wanted nameable rules was because I wanted some debug visibility. I wanted to be able to see what was going on with the rule set run. And if I think about it, what kind of tests would I want to put in place for nameable rules? They're just a property. I don't have to do anything with the names. I'm just kind of carrying it around. Right now, people can put any properties they want in these rules. I'm only looking at condition, consequence, and priority right now, but if there are other things in there, it's not going to care. So in hindsight, this was kind of a dumb ask of myself. I gotta pop that out. I'm gonna focus tomorrow on the debug visibility and noodle through the interface to see what that could look like as an end user. Sounds like a plan. All right, thanks for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. I keep looking over here. I used to have a camera over there. I know tonight I forgot my tripod at the client site, so I have to bring my tripod home tomorrow and then have a normal camera set up again. But this has worked pretty well, other than the little floaty head thing I did on you. Sorry about that. I will see you another time. Thanks for joining me.